and with my co-host, Kurt.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about Dr. Lee because we actually have two doctors on the show, not me, I'm not a doctor. But Dr. Lee is actually an anesthesiologist that works in several hospitals here in the Phoenix area. And she also has a cosmetic surgery and a laser med spa. So she also is a holistic practitioner where she does acupuncture. So a little bit about Dr. Lee's background as we discussed, and then Dr. Dickens obviously has certifications in medicine as well, and practices more on the holistic side. So today we're talking about how aggressive should you get in your approach to cancer? Should you do like Angelina Jolie and take very aggressive stances? Or should you take a look at what your stressors are that cause cancer and maybe give a little bit more nutrition and stave it off that way? I mean, there's different ways to go about it.
And the rationale behind it. The science and rationale. And we'll have Dr. Dickens on that discussion too. So basically, I think to start with the conversation, it's easier to talk about the cancer, how it happens a little bit more. So we know that when something goes wrong in the genetic mutation, when the genetic mutation happens, you can have cancer. And there is something called oncogenes, which is the oncology genes, which is cancer genes. Those are mutation of normal genes called proto-oncogenes. They usually function as the good genes that will help the cell to grow and divide. So they're important. They're like gas pedal in the car. They'll accelerate growth and division. So they're important. But what happens if this gas pedal is stuck? Not good. So the mutation there is an important factor in developing cancer. So what causes those mutations? Well, they're inherited reasons. Mutations just because you're heritage. They can be acquired environmentally or from what's going on inside the body, as we mentioned before. Hormones, inflammation, viruses, infections, or outside of your body. The radiation, the heavy metals, chemicals. So that's one group of genes that's very important that if they mutate will promote cancer, the gas pedal.
I'd like to talk a little bit about those environmental effects. A lot of these are under our control, and that's kind of the good news of today.
Absolutely.
You don't have to just wait around till you get cancer. There's a lot of things under control. I think all of us know that if we're smoking, we're pretty well in line to get cancer. It's just not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But those are things that are addictive qualities, and yes, if you're smoking, probably a good idea to stop. And if you're doing other things that are just slamming your body's health, whether it be that you're sleeping 2 hours, getting 2 hours of sleep a night, you're doing a lot of things that are just absolutely crazy. Okay, we get that. But then there's some things that have happened in the last 100 years, and Dr. Dickens and I were talking about this before the show started, that we're just not getting the nutrition that everybody thinks that nutrition and eating well has to do with just looking good and in our society and being fit. And yes, we talk about that a lot on the show, about how to take to be as beautiful or handsome as you can be. However, the reality is that you should be eating also for nutrition, because nutrition over time is what actually can help prevent cancer. And if you never get cancer in the first place, I can't think of a better insurance policy than just eating well and staying away from the things that are carcinogenic. And before I hand it over to Dr. Dickens, because this is really his side of things, is that also over the years, the United States in particular has become a pill-popping society. In other words, we want everything immediate. We want to drive through the drive-thru and get our 99-cent burger and run off and into the sunset and also have no indigestion and not get fat. We want everything in a pill, so to speak. In other words, it's a one-stop shop. That same thing applies to the cosmetics that we wear. It applies to, there's just so many chemicals that we're putting on our body, topically, inside of our body, and all the way through to the fact that we want a lot of fruits and vegetables that are now modified, and we're starting to hear of gluten intolerance. That's because we watered down our wheat. So, in other words, it isn't just a political thing of left-wingers that are out there trying to eat organically, and it's no longer just hippies. It is an issue where we need to take care of ourselves nutritionally. I don't care which political aisle you're on. I don't care whether you're a hipster or a skater or whatever it is you are. It's just time to have good health. So, Dr. Dickens, what are some good, since you have a cancer clinic, what would you say are the top 3 or 4 things that somebody should do if they just want to prevent cancer and try not to get it in the first place?
Well, I'm not a long shot here in the deep, and since this is a cutting-edge show with Kurt and Dr. Lee, I'm going to talk about BRICS. For a minute.
Okay.
BRICS, B-R-I-X, is a measure of, we use a refractometer, and it measures the sugar and mineral content in either fruit or vegetable. And so I believe in the fairly near future you're going to be buying vegetables according, not by weight, but according to their BRICS units. And again, you might have a organic green bean with a BRICS unit of 4, or you might have an organic green bean with a BRICS unit of 12, and you're getting 3 times the nutrition that you will with that BRICS unit of 4. And again, you can be eating organic, and organic ultimately just means there's no pesticides or herbicides. It's not a qualitative measurement of the nutrition. It's just that there's a lack of no herbicides, pesticides, insecticides, which is all good, but there's not necessarily nutrition. So one of the things that we're trying to do and are working on in the clinic is making sure that people get not only organic juices, but they have a high BRICS unit juices. And so there's a number of different ways to do that. If you talk about humic and fulvic earths, and I don't want to launch too far afield, but there's a number of things that we need to do, and the purpose of talking about this on the show is to expand people's horizons. That organic doesn't necessarily mean I'm getting great nutrition. It's getting a lack of pesticides and herbicides. That's what organic means.
Which is a good start. It's kind of like saying I'm not going to get cancer because I don't smoke. Well, it removes you from one of the risk factors, but the reality is that one of the best ways to prevent cancer, I think what I'm hearing you say, is to get the best nutrition you possibly can.
It is huge. And there's so many things, exercise, and Dr. Lee talked on about exercise. I think that if somebody exercises and eats poorly, they're going to be healthier than somebody that eats great and doesn't exercise. And that might be
controversial. Look at that. That is.
But I'm not saying either or. I'm saying that it's a both and. That you got to exercise and you got to eat well both. And it's that sedentary lifestyle. If you don't use it, you lose it. And it's that sluggishness built up in our body that we, without exercise, tend to accumulate.
I didn't quite understand the BRICS index or unit thing. Does that indicate the nutritional factor?
Right. So BRICS was really popularized by a man, a PhD by the name of Terry Reams, R-U-A-M-S. And Dr. Reams was very much interested in the health of the soil. If you have a good soil, you'll have good fruits and vegetables. And so he had a watermelon, I was talking about this earlier, that he kept this watermelon for 3 years and it never rotted. It's because of the sugar and mineral content of that watermelon was so great that it would dehydrate but not rot. So if you take a hydroponic tomato and put it on the windowsill, it will eventually go to great much. Don't believe me?
So that's a good thing.
No, the hydroponic tomato going to great mush is a bad thing.
No, I mean the watermelon.
Oh.
Right. No. In other words, why have we watered down the soup so much and have so many chemicals? Because we use pesticides, preservatives, all of that. But if we would let nature do what it's supposed to, we would not only have great nutrition with good minerals, because nutrition isn't just the vitamins that are in it. It also has to do with the quality of the sugar in it, as well as the minerals that are in it that are coming out of the soil. So the BRICS measurement would be does measure how much full nutrition there is, but it also gives the ability to have a little bit more shelf life to our foods that we're chemically introducing right now.
That's a new concept to me because the other day I was talking to people about this. I don't know about it.
Oh, right, correct.
Right.
So they were saying that what was that candy? The sweetened thing? I forgot the name.
Stevia or?
Yeah. I said, why would that be so good? It's because we got so much preservatives and sugar in it.
Oh, I see.
So, I was thinking, the other way around. But, when you're saying with good nutrition inside watermelon, we're actually keep it from, not forever, but lasting longer.
Yeah, better than normal preservatives, and that's a good start. Absolutely.
That's interesting. So, the kind of things you do in your clinic, you advise people to eat better, include, exercise things. Do you include exercise regimens too?
It depends on where people are at. If they can just walk, we encourage them to walk, we encourage them to swim or bicycle. But I like 30 minutes of aerobic exercise at least 3 times a week. That's something very doable. It's people that are too busy to do that. They're too busy to live.
It's a choice.
Right.
That's one thing I kept wanting to mention. People tend to think they're powerless over their health. That is just absolutely not true.
Right, and maintaining your health can be fun, and I think that's kind of the message that we want to get out there too, is that it can taste great, it can feel great, you can get a high almost as good as morphine. I've never tried morphine, but you can have a natural high, and you can actually have a great time in it. I think we're getting pretty close to break. Am I saying the warning sounds coming up here? All right, so we're going to go to break, and when we come back, but we're going to have a whole wealth of information that Dr. Lee has lined up for us. And also just make sure that you don't tune out before then, because we have a couple of health tips that I think you're really going to enjoy. So don't go away. We'll be right back after the break. This is Kurt Wilhelm, the co-host of the Ageless Living Show here on Voice American World Talk Radio, and
this is Dr. We'll be right back.